How are we doing there, boys and girls? Manthieus here and welcome back to another video. So some of you might have noticed that the average selling price of your Korthite crystals has dropped like a rock. Anybody that's deep into the crafting, legendary crafting, or even you guys that are exploring Korthite on a daily basis may have noticed if you open your bags, there's a lot more Korthite crystals all of a sudden. What happened here? Where did they come from? And what does this mean for both the legendary crafting and the economy in World of Warcraft as general? Well, it was inevitable, right? The average selling price of the legendaries was just too high. Blizzard had to step in and do something, and they've decided to make a little bit of a change to the drop rate on some of the Korthite crystals, or the sources to where you get your Korthite crystals from. This came in a few days ago, August 17th, hotfixes. With this recent reset that's just passed, increased the amount of Korthite crystals awarded in the More Assault box, the Korthia weekly box, and the Broker's daily quests. These are three primary sources of Korthite crystals, and the Shaping Fate weekly quest that everybody is smashing out because it's a key component for keeping up with renown, is now giving you 5 Korthite crystals. The Broker daily quest as well is also been increased from just 2 to 3. Now it is still rumoured to be a little bit RNG that the Broker daily is not actually up every day, but even still, this is a huge increase to the amount of Korthite crystals that's being pumped into the game, and I wanted to see just how this played out before I sort of gave too much advice on it. The way that it's played out is pretty simple. There is a flood of Korthite crystals at the moment, and the price has dropped like a rock. Let's take a little bit of a look on the EU very quickly. This is the Korthite crystal, this is EU, this is my sort of new home realm, Torin Mill, one of the biggest realms in the EU, and you can see the quantity of Korthite crystals, the red line has boom skyrocketed, and at the same time, because of that, the people trying to sell them quickly are undercutting and undercutting and undercutting and undercutting, and the price has gone from a relatively stable 1500 gold a piece down to as low as 800 gold yesterday. It's creeped a little bit up since then, but either way, we saw this huge influx of Korthite crystals, and I know people like me to do a comparison because I know the NA realms work slightly differently, but the NA is doing a similar trend, right? The supply has gone up massively and the price is slowly dipping. People noticed this though, and people very quickly jumped into the stream today and was like, well, does this mean it's a good time to start leveling legendaries? Is it cheaper to get into leveling legendaries now? Is it something I should look at doing? And my answer is still be very careful. The ranks 1 through till 3 are borderline worthless still. If we take a look at some data to back that up, using our legendary stock tracker add-on, which tracks the crafting cost and the selling and the going rate for each of the legendaries, you can see through ranks 1 till 3 there's a lot of red, right? 1, 2 and 3, if you're crafting these right now, you're going to have a real hard time selling them for what it cost you to craft them, meaning there's a big expense in leveling up your legendaries still. Now, of course, you don't need to do what I do and level every single one of them up. You can cherry pick a few of the good ones, but the theory is still the same, that leveling up your legendaries right now is expensive. But with this drop in price of Korthite crystals, it is a step in the right direction to what was the actual intended design of the Vestige of Origins in these Korthite crystals in the first place. This is something that I don't think people really fully grasp, so I wanted to take a couple of minutes today to try and help explain it. That the Korthite crystals, and in turn the Vestige of Origins, is actually a catch-up mechanic for the crafting of legendaries, but it's just a catch-up mechanic that hasn't quite kicked in yet. Now, to explain this fully, we're going to need the notepad. We know it gets serious when we get the notepad out, but let's look at a few base rules. We know that a Vestige of Origins, I'll call it a VOO, a Vestige of Origins requires 40 Korthite crystals, which is a lot. When you're only gathering a couple at a time, 40 crystals to make a single Vestige of Origins is a lot. But what we also know is the Vestige of Origins can be used on any Rank. You could use a Vestige of Origins if you wished on a rank 1. Now, most people would look at that and say that's a ridiculous idea, and at the moment it is, because your Vestige of Origin crafting price is really high. It's much cheaper just to, you know, create a rank 3 normally. But the way the game is designed to work is so that as and when the value of these Korthite crystals drops enough, and in turn the crafting cost of your Vestige of Origins drops enough, it actually, you know, allows you to create higher quality items for a cheaper price, or more importantly, sooner. And this is the big thing. The influx of rank 1s and rank 2s at the moment will soon but surely go away. And I wanted to use that with, I wanted to give a little example here now just to try and emphasize that. So let's look at a legendary piece that's really popular. Umbra Hide, if I can spell. Umbra Hide legs. The Umbra Hide legs are a really popular choice. I can't remember exactly which classes want them, but there's a lot of people out there that are after them. So if you're looking to level up the Umbra Hide legs right now, and you're starting from 0, what does it look like? So let's take a little bit of a look at our Shadowlands cheat sheet real quickly. Leatherworking legendary base items. This cheat sheet, if you want access to this, by the way, is available through the Discord. Link is in the description. You can use this yourself to do all the calculations if you need. But Umbra Hide legs, we know at the moment, given sort of rough prices, the cost of making a rank 1, a rank 2, and a rank 3, we can calculate that out already. Now, what we would really like is to be able to, instead of crafting rank 4s, which we know rank 4s are relatively profitable still, we can see that from here. Let's take a little bit of a look. Umbra Hide legs. Umbra Hide legs, yes, 4, 5s and 6s, definitely profitable. If we wanted to craft some of those, we've got two options. We can either craft a rank 4. Well, a rank 4 has a natural cost of 28,000 gold. We'll use some round numbers, it will make the maths a little bit easier. 28,000 gold for a rank 4 currently. Now, what you could also do is make a rank 2 with a Vestige of Origins. A rank 2 with a Vestige of Origins would actually generate a rank 4. So what we need to do is we need to take the basic cost of the rank 2, which is 11,000 gold. 11k. Now, if we can make our Vestige of Origins cheaper than what the difference is between these new two numbers, this becomes a viable option to us, and this will in turn mean that you can create, you can gain experience from crafting rank 2s, but generate rank 4s and give yourself something that's actually probable to sell, and you might actually be able to turn a profit on it. So the difference between the two is 17,000 gold. So we need to be able to make our Vestige of Origins for around 17,000 gold for this to be a viable option. Now we can also work out what the cost of our Vestige of Origins would be, and in turn how much we need to get our Korthite crystals for. So if we go to the optional reagents tab, we've got our Vestige of Origins here. We can see that leatherworking, if we're making Vestige of Origins, we put in, I think it works out to be about 400 gold for your Korthite crystals. If you can get your Korthite crystals for around the 400 gold mark, you can see here, you then are able to generate a Vestige of Origins through leatherworking for 17,000 gold. Bingo, right? So that makes a somewhat soft price floor for your crystals. Crystals with a K. No, crystals with a C. Of about 400 to 500 gold. If you can get your crystals for 400 to 500 gold, the catch-up mechanic by using Vestige of Origins starts to kick into gear. And this was actually the original design philosophy, I feel, for the Vestige of Origins and this optional reagent system. It was designed so that you could actually take the lower level recipes and make higher level bits of gear from them. The only reason that we've not seen it working so far is because all of the crystals are being utilised to make Vestige of Origins to make rank 5 and rank 6s at the moment. There wasn't enough spare to help drop the price over time for this to happen. Now, this hotfix that's come in is a little bit heavy-handed and is, I imagine, going to have annoyed quite a few crafters out there, because what it has actually meant is the value of a lot of your pre-crafted legendaries has just been cut in half, and it's not going to get any better anytime soon. But focus on selling your legendaries that you've already crafted relatively quickly, and hopefully it won't affect you too much. But to answer the big question that's on the lips of everybody, is it possible to start crafting and selling legendaries right now and actually make some good gold from it? Almost. It's going to take a little while. It's still going to take a couple of weeks, but I wanted to sort of hopefully give you guys an idea of what's coming in the next few weeks with these Korthite crystals. Once they get down to a 400 to 500 gold mark, which I know right now sounds ridiculous. They're still 1,000 gold plus on many realms, but this is just the first reset that we've had of this increase in supply of Korthite crystals. Next week we'll have another influx of Korthite crystals, and the price will probably drop by another 100 or 200 gold. The week after it will probably do the same again. We're in that natural decline now of the price of these crystals, and when they get to this point, you should be good to go. This also means that if you do see any crazy amounts of crystals hitting your realm at around these price floors, feel free to buy them to do some flipping of them, because it's a good little investment. But I hope that helps you, boys and girls. The crystal price dropping is a good thing if you're looking to get into the legendary market. It's a good thing if you're crafting and selling legendaries. I had a record day of sales yesterday off the back of being able to craft much cheaper legendaries. It's amazing just how many people are actually willing to buy a rank 5 or a rank 6 when the price is reasonable. And it also means that if you're looking to get into gold making, and especially with the legendaries, it's going to get a bit cheaper to do so, but just not yet. But being aware of it happening is key. But I'll leave it there for this video, boys and girls. I hope that's been helpful. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what your Korthite crystal prices have been on your realms. It's really interesting for me to see data from a wide variety of people. But give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new around here. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.